G'day all, Paz here. Welcome back. We're down south for a much needed holiday. Of course, fishing, squidding and crabbing are high on the list of leisure activities for both myself and the kids, and recording our various exploits for posterity is something I love doing. Of course, it also gave us a couple of chances to try a few things. One of those things is crab scooping. More precisely, using a crab hook. I've never used one before, as I've always scooped my crustaceans, but I'm curious to see how the hook measures up, as I have crabbing mates who swear by it. So, I figured I'd try in the perfect control environment, the crystal clear beaches of Geographe Bay. As always, fun with the kids is the priority, and a lot of laughs were had. Check it out. This footage was taken over 3 nights wading the shallow ocean flats of Geographe Bay. We set out at dusk as the crabs moved into the shallows to feed. The first night was all about scooping, as I chased crabs around to the amusement of the family on the bank. Just a bit of a sunset crabbing mission with the boys. We're not keeping anything we catch, even if it's size. This is just all about a bit of fun. And it's a good chance for me to practice with the hook as well. We'll see how we go. Sun setting, so it's about the time the crabs come up onto the flat and the shallows to feed. Probably not happening yet. Probably see a few more on the return trip then on the way up. But we'll have to see how we go. Catch something, don't catch something. It's all about having a bit of fun with the family. Anything I do catch in the scoop will be shown to them and then released. Don't really have the time nor the equipment to be able to shell and eat crabs while we're on this holiday. That's okay. Eating's great, but it's the act of catching them I love. I'm using a small dive light. It isn't strong or wide enough to really give a good view of the murky Swan River, but here the water's clear enough that it isn't a problem. It seemed crabs weren't the only thing out and about this evening.
Ah, there's a tiny little squid here.
What squid? Is there a squid?
A little tiny one here. My light.
And here's me without my jig.
Not in your life it is gonna happen. Oh, almost.
Yeah, that's a little one.
Yeah.
He's got 2 nippers. Yeah. Hello. The crab. Oh, I see his legs.
It pays to check in the extreme shallows as well. In my case, I had my own little team of spotters to do it for me.
Dad, quick, quick.
Going that way. You got it?
Eyes on it, eyes.
Yep.
Scooping has always been insanely fun to me. Lining up the crabs is paramount, and once they're in the scoop and feel the metal hit them, they lash out and grab the bars, anchoring themselves until it's too late. They even stay in the scoop if you need to go for a double.
Oh, another one.
Double scoop, double scoop, double scoop.
They're all females.
Of course, sometimes you miss the lineup. This is where the scoop's major issue comes into play. Moving something so big through the water can be slow and cumbersome, and often kicks up sand or silt, obscuring the crab's escape. So unless you can relocate it quickly, it's game over.
Yeah, I missed him. This one's a bit bigger.
It's funny how their colouring is so different, hey, down here.
Yeah.
A few of the crabs were size, but they were mostly female, so we let them go. The kids were fascinated by them, and could have spent hours watching them dig themselves into the sand. Unfortunately, it was past my bedtime, so off we went. The next night I went down, I had Jay with me, manning the scoop. I had the hook, and I was nervous as anything. We had a game plan. I'd hook the crab, while Jay held the scoop close by so I could drop it in. While the hook's been used by some crabbers for years, I'm a novice. I also know that crabs can drop their claws if a quick escape is needed, and I wanted to avoid that if possible, both for the crab and for me. It wasn't long until Jay spotted our first taker. With my heart pounding, I went for it.
That's funny.
Yeah, I know. That's only a little one. I'll give it a go. Ready? No, let me do it.
He's on it.
Nice!
Now as you can see, I tried to line the hook up with the crab's claw close to its body. Even though the crab moved, I was still able to hook a claw. My first hooked crab.
That's your first crab scoop, mate. Well done. Want to measure it?
Of course, my confidence was shattered after that, as the next couple of crabs easily evaded my hook, even when I thought I had good position. The smaller crab's claws just slipped out or around the hook, and they buggered off. However, when a larger specimen was around, the hook really came into its own.
He's aggro, boy.
Yeah.
One thing the hook excels at is striking at the crab without kicking up a cloud of sand. When this crab took off, I was able to easily follow it. It was big enough that once a claw was snagged, it wasn't getting away.
Shake, 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 shake. Hey, we got one.
After giving Jay time to admire the crab, she was released safely. I set aside the hook and camera for a moment to help Jay scoop a crab he'd cornered. However, the hook was soon back in my hands, and I was even able to grab a sand crab. Slightly different technique though, as the stroppy little bugger grabbed the hook and wouldn't let go.
One of them hasn't got a nipper.
Yeah.
With that, night 2 was done. On to night 3. This saw me head out with the hook again, with J&M scouting the shallows for me. After last night, I felt like I had my eye in, and I hoped to prove it. Unfortunately, the crabs didn't get the memo, and we spent the first hour waiting around doing nothing. When we finally spotted a female crab lurking close to shore, we were actually about to head back. Oh, look at that, backhand and everything. Before her release, the crab assisted in handing M his very first scoop, beginner style.
Hey, there we go.
I'm gonna let it go.
Okay, go ahead, let it go. Hang on, I was holding it backwards again. Wait. Okay, good. Shake. Keep shaking, shake, shake.
Session 3 done and dusted. And this comes to the most important part of the vid, my verdict. I will say that the following is my preference, and to each their own. Okay, here goes. The scoop. It's big, cumbersome, and has the potential to kick up a pile of silt and sand if you're scooping off the bottom. However, its wide design gives you more margin for error, and if you can get a crab in the scoop bucket, it's very hard for it to get out. It also has the added bonus of keeping the crab mostly whole, and no need for it to drop body parts if it's safely in the scoop. Less damage to either the wildlife or your next meal. As for the hook, it excels in speed and sight. It does require a steady hand and a pretty precise strike though, and can lead to the crab dropping a claw to escape. Not ideal for you or the crab. However, it is easier to have multiple goes at a crab. It is phenomenally easy to flick it through the water, and even if you do clip the bottom, it doesn't kick up anything that will obscure your sight of the crab. Just make sure you get one that's long enough. As for me, at the moment, I personally am leaning more towards the scoop. I will try the hook in the SWAN every now and then, just for something different, and I am interested to see how it goes in the murkier waters of the river. But as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Thanks for watching. It was great fun stalking crabs with my family. I do have a couple more Geographe Bay vids coming out for this series. Be sure to like, comment and switch on notifications so you don't miss them. As always, this video is dedicated to my 2 sons, who are currently making horrible puns about being hooked and getting the scoop. This is Paz, wishing you fair winds and tight lines. Until next time.